Shooting new video, by the way, for Cardone University. You guys that are on CardoneU.com, if you've taken advantage of that, great. That program right now is going to go on sale for $14.95 for 15 months. And you can also get it for $29.95 for a lifetime. We've never offered that before. We want to see how that does. So we're going to let a handful of people grab it for $29.95, CardoneU.com, CardoneU.com. I think to get that offer, you have to call in to get it, though. I don't think it's alive right now. And people are like, dude, how do you get all this good real estate? Because I know how to sell. And they're like, well, I don't understand, man. How is buying real estate got anything to do with selling? Because to buy something, to buy the good stuff, you got to sell somebody on selling it to you. I got to sell them on why they should sell to me.
All right.
You might be in Johnny's shot now. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right there is perfect.
Go, go, go. Yeah, yeah.
Right there is perfect.
Okay.
All right, G, we're about to go live.
Okay.
And hold it, hold it.
Hold it, hold it.
And we are.
And then that needs to be moved back over there, guys. Hey, welcome to Real Estate Investing Made Simple. I come to you every, Monday? 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Miami, Florida. The beautiful Miami, Florida. If you've never been to Miami, you got to come down and see this. This is not the state of Florida, by the way. This is Miami, its own entity in itself. When they say location, location, location in real estate, you go to Orlando, you go to Tampa, you go to Destin or Panama City, you go up the road down here to those people, Palm Beach, and then you come down to Miami and you're going to be like, whoa, whoa, I feel like I'm in another country, okay? We got to move this over, guys. All right, so today, what we're going to be talking about today is this, okay? DIY or Cardone Capital. For all of you out there, I had a buddy last night, Mike called me up and said, man, look, I really want to learn the real estate game. And he's like, I really want to get into the game. He's got a business that makes him a lot of money right now. He's making about $1 million a month right now. No, you guys don't know who Mikey is, but I'm just telling you, he's got a business, it's cracking, it's rocking. He was at our boot camp, it's blowing up. And he's like, Grant, I really want to learn the real estate game. I said, Mike, why don't you just invest some money with me? He's like, I really want to learn the game. He's like, I've read 30 books on it. I'm like, okay, no more books. At some point in real estate, you got to go walk property. You got to look at it, walk it, check lease, tenant profiles, rent rolls. You got to audit the rent roll. You got to audit the tenants. You got to audit down to criminal records and credit reports. Like, there's a lot of work to do, okay? So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through, if you had $1 million to invest, okay, would you want to invest that $1 million with yourself? Some of you, by the way, are going to be better off investing by yourself than with me. I'll tell you right now. There are people that will benefit from investing their own deals. And then there's going to be some of you out there that are like, no, I'm just better off putting the money with Cardone Capital, okay? All right, so let's just look at a deal. Let's say you're going to go buy a deal by yourself. Now, I do have some advantages on you. I got a few advantages on you. Johnny, what do you need here?
I'm just going to move this so we block a little bit of light.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think this looks really good, though. I kind of think it looks sexy. Okay, so $1 million, when you go do a deal yourself, what does $1 million get you? Let's say you have $1 million. For those of you that are watching this, you're like, dude, I got to turn this thing off because I don't have $1 million, right? So I'm gonna push this all the way over so you guys, I think this is what Sherry's going to want right here. Okay, so you see how we did that? Okay, did I do it all? Did I get it all covered? Okay, so, oh yeah, I'm seeing the delay time. So watch, you're like, oh, I don't have $1 million. Okay, if you got $1,000, just take 3 zeros off. The math on $1,000 is going to be the same as the math on $1 million. So it's just zeros. These are just zeros. So real estate is simple. This is not a complicated thing to do. There is work required. But let's say we have $1 million. The show today is this. Should you do it yourself? Should Mike do it himself? Or should he do it with me? $1 million, what is that going to buy Mike? Okay, it's going to buy him $3 million piece of real estate. Maybe maybe maximum $4 million. Okay, it's going to buy him somewhere between $3 and $4 million. If he's in San Diego, that's going to buy him 10 units here. Okay, that's 300 grand a door. Let's say he gets it for 200 a door. That buys him 15 units. Let's say he gets it for 150 a door. Okay, 150 a door, but gets him 20 units. And he's below what I said his first deal should be, which is 32 units. If it's $4 million and they're $150,000 to $200,000, it's only 20 units. That's a problem for Mike. Okay, because watch what happens. 20 units at $3,000 a month is $60,000 a month in income, times 12 months, 720 grand. He's going to net before debt, he might make 360,000 on this. This is a guy that's already making $1 million a year. I'm sorry, $1 million a month. He's making $1 million a month and he's chasing 30 grand a month. Follow what I'm saying here? Johnny, I got something going on here?
I got you.
Mountains and stuff?
No, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, but how would I know that? Look at the screen.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up so that's all you see.
Okay. You follow what I'm saying here? Here's a guy making $1 million a month. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're making $1 million a month, you have no business chasing tenant termites, roof problems, plumbing problems for 30 grand. That's if he paid cash for the deal, okay? And he can't pay cash because he's only got $1 million. So in this case, he would not make $360,000 because he took debt out. He took $4 million. He financed $3 million. Stay with me here, okay? Financed $3 million. His net, his NOI. So you're like, I'm lost. I'm already lost. I'm lost. Okay, look. You got to get this right. They're simple. It's gross income, expenses, NOI. If he has no debt, his NOI is going to be 360. But if he financed, let's say he was lucky enough to put $1 million down and buy a $4 million product. Okay, his NOI over here is 360. 360 is his NOI. He's got debt to come off of that. You want debt on these deals. A good piece of real estate will allow you to have debt. Okay, $3 million of debt. Remember the number I used, 0.0615. Okay, that's going to cost him about $190,000 a year. He's going to make $150,000. Great deal, by the way. He'll never find that in San Diego County. He'll never find this deal. This deal that I'm showing you right now does not exist anywhere in San Diego County. I know, I lived there for years. There's no way he's going to do this deal. It would be a great deal for him, but the problem is this. Even at a 15% return a year, he'll never find it. I'll buy the deal for him if he does. Okay? Even if this happened, he put $1 million down to do this. This dude makes $1 million a month. What's he doing chasing $10,000 a month? Manage the deal, buy the deal, negotiate the deal, get financing for the deal. It's insane. Okay? All right, so watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you. Should he do it himself? Do it himself? Do it yourself? Or find a company like Cardone Capital? Okay, Mike gives me $1 million. This is what I'm going to do with it. He's going to buy a $3 million asset. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop it into $473 million worth of assets. I already bought the $473 million worth of assets. Already bought them. You understand? I bought them already. Mike does nothing. Mike does this. Transfers, wires, $1 million to me. I'm going to pay Mike on the $1 million. I'm going to pay Mike $60,000 a year. That's our target. I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to manage it, find it, fund it, pay it, take care of it, fix the roof, fix the termites, fix the wood, fix the pool, manage the property, handle the security, do the credit checks, do the audit on the tenants, get the loan from Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or the bank. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to get the credit much cheaper on $400 million than he's going to get on a $3 million. Who do you think gets a better interest rate? Guy taking a $3 million loan or a guy taking a $360 million loan? You know what I'm saying? It's unfair. It's not even right. It's just unjust. But that's the way the world works. This is why the wealthy get wealthier, okay? So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay him $60 grand a year, $5,000 a month to do nothing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the rents on all these properties. He's not invested in a $3 million. Remember what he bought? He bought a $3 million asset. I took his $1 million and I dropped him into $473 million worth of assets. Now, Mike could think, yeah, but I'm just this big in that deal, and the other thing I owned 100% of. I guarantee you Mike will make more money with me owning a piece of this deal than he would make if he owned 100% of a $3 million deal. Why is that? Okay, watch this. When I go to sell this deal, $473 million. We're going to put the M right there, okay? I think I owe $340 million on this deal. I put $133 million down to buy the deal. I will not sell this deal until I make my $133 back and another $133. That's the only time I'm going to sell the deal. Can you get the screen lit up? Or is that impossible? Okay, it's just, right? Now, he's got a $3 million deal. For him to double his money, he needs to sell his deal for $4 million. He paid $3 million for his deal. He put $1 million down. He needs to sell his deal for $4 million. He could do that. He could double his money. I'm still going to make more money than him. Why? Because he had to trade time. I doubled. This is my equity in the deal. This is what I paid. This is my debt. This is my equity. Okay, everybody with me? This is my equity. This is what I put down. I'm not selling this deal for a double. 2x means I need to sell this deal for 473 plus 133. That's what I paid. That's what I financed. That's what I put down. Okay? Price, debt, equity. He paid $3 million. He put $1 million down. He financed $2 million. He needs to sell it for $4 million. So his $1 million becomes $2 million. That should be your target. Your target should be 100% return on the property minimum. How can you do that in a stock? What stock would you invest in today and say, I know in the next 5 to 6 years, it's going to be worth 100% more? You don't know that because you don't know what's going to happen with the stock, the company, the phone, the technology, the disruption. I know this. I know real estate. I understand that real estate doubles every 10 years. It's done this for like 4 decades. So watch what happens here. 473 for Mike's $1 million to double. For Mike's $1 million to double, I need the entire equity portion of this portfolio. I'm not going to sell until somebody calls me up. Grant, I want to buy your $473 million portfolio. What would you sell it for? I got to get at least that. I know today what I'm going to sell it for in the future or more. Okay, so watch what happens, all right? He does the same thing on his $1 million, but he had to do the work. He had to answer the phone calls. I get him the same double and he doesn't do any of the work, takes no phone calls, no distractions from his business, didn't have to do the loan, didn't have to buy the deal. You know how many deals I had to look at to put these 5 deals together? Hundreds of deals. He would have to go out and find the first deal, buy the first deal. Oh, that's the deal. Be right the first time he buys a deal. He's already read 30 books. I could have saved him the 30 books he read, okay? So this deal needs to sell for what? $506 million. Okay, now this is where I'm going to make this final point and then answer some questions. He needs to sell his deal for $4 million. That means he's got to now sell the deal. He's got to list it, market it, show it. Do you think the first person who walks is going to buy it? Brian walks up, okay, I'll take the deal. Okay, who's going to buy his deal? Is it a dentist, a chiropractor, somebody in the local area? 7 years from now, the economy hits the shitter. Economy's terrible. Who's going to buy it? Nobody. Okay, watch. We're in the same economy 7 years from now. His economy's terrible. He's selling to a doctor, chiropractor, some guy that can get a loan on $4 million. That's who he's selling to. Bank's not going to buy it. It's $4 million. It's 30 or 40 years old. It's 20 units. No bank, the bank might not even give you a loan on it. Banks aren't going to buy that deal. Who's going to buy my deal? For $506 million, $500 million. Who's going to buy it? Is it going to be a doctor, chiropractor, a local businessman? No. Who's it going to be? It's going to be an insurance company. It's going to be a bank. It's going to be a financial institution. It's going to be the people that have all the money on this planet, and they always have all the money. It's going to be one of the wealthiest organizations on planet Earth, and that's who we're selling our products to. And that's, by the way, I could add another 25 million to this thing and say, you know what? I don't want to sell it for 506. I want to sell it for 531, dude. Throw in a quarter. Throw in another 25 million for me, okay? Hey, by the way, you know what? I got Mikey on the deal. Throw in extra 25 million and throw in an extra 3 million for Mike. That read 30 books trying to buy these deals. You know what? And just because I'm a prick today, throw in a damn private trip to Disneyland for me and the kids. And the guy's like, yeah, what else you want? Because these are nickels to him. It's nothing. There's no money involved, right? And it's not their money, okay? This is how you get rich in real estate, folks. In addition to doubling his money, this is what I should have done for Mike. This is what we expect every $1 million to do in an investment in real estate. Every $1 million should pay $60,000 a year. Times 8 years is $480,000. That means 50%, I'm just going to round it off, 50% with no rent increase. This assumes no rent increase, none, zero rent increase. I earned 50% of my money. We won't sell until I return his $1 million. Okay, and we won't sell until I can double his $1 million. That means $1 million will then turn into $2,480,000. That is called a 248X return. No headaches, didn't find anything, didn't have to buy anything, didn't have to negotiate, didn't have to do a lease audit, a tenant audit, didn't have to do a roof check, permit checks, didn't have to qualify for a loan, look for a deal, take a call, nothing. You took money, pieces of garbage paper. You trade $1 million of paper for millions, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate, concrete, addresses that produce cash flows. This is without a rent increase, by the way. Now, this is where Grant gets cool. This is where Grant gets interested. This is where Grant gets like, okay, what if I could raise the rents? How many units here? 2,000 what?
2014.
Can you multiply 2014 times $25 a month? Let's say over the next, I don't know, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, the rents go up $25. Is there a chance that they would go up $3 a month? 2011?
2014.
2014 units times $25?
50,350.
Times 12.
604,200.
Okay, so I just increased, remember this number right here. I already got him at 248. Could I keep the rest of the money? If I increase any of this money, can I keep it? If the rents change $25 a month on 2014 units, I'm going to keep everything above this, okay? Above that 248. 25, how much money is it? 600 grand. Who would give me the 600 grand? I give him back $2.4 million. You think Mike would give me 600 grand? Divided by 0.05. Because as long as you're willing to give me that 600 grand, I'm going to go sell this 600 grand to the next guy. Okay? And I'm going to say, hey, dude, that 600 grand return on the property, you can pay me another 12 million and give me that. That's what $25 makes me. Huh? You can't read this in a book, folks. This doesn't come out of books. This comes out of doing deals, okay? Now, if I could double the $25 and it's $50, this is right out of my book, by the way. That's $24 million. Now Mike's like, oh shit, I ain't giving you all that. I want some of that, okay? If I can get the rents to be $100 more, I think that's doable, by the way. It's only $15 a year in rent increase times 7 years is $105. If I get an extra $100 a month, that means we make an extra $48 million. That means this guy can buy this deal for me for $48 million, more than the number I had on this page, and still get the same cash flow return that I would have gotten when I bought the deal. And you're like, man, I don't understand all this. Good, then invest your money with me. Okay? Because if you don't understand it, you're not going to do it. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to do anything. Don't worry about making a mistake. You're not going to do anything. The mistake you're going to make is you're never going to get cash. This is what Wall Street hopes. Wall Street hopes that you think this is too complicated and you keep giving them your paper. And you take your paper and you trade your paper for another piece of bullshit paper. What I want to do is, we created Cardone Capital so you could take your paper and you could partner. Mike can partner with me side by side in a real estate deal that I bought with my money, that I did the due diligence, I did the hard work. Let's take some questions, Johnny. I did the hard work, I did the due diligence, I used my connections, I used my debt. We're getting debt for as low as 3.5%, 3.6%. I just did a deal where we got debt at 3.25%. Okay, big deals. Look for big deals, folks. Big deals. If you're not going to do big deals, then get in a deal and flip it. Buy a deal, fix it, flip it. Or get a contract on a deal, flip that contract, get you some money. You're not buying the real estate now. What you're doing is you're flipping contracts. If you're not going to buy big deals, get in, get out. Or get a contract, even better, and get out. Sell that contract and move on. If you want money to grow over long periods of time, invest in real assets. Stay in for long periods of time. Pick great, great assets. Even pay up to get them. Johnny, let's feed me some questions.
I have one question.
Okay.
Grant, will I get full disclosure on monthly statements of my money invested in your properties at Cardone Capital?
Yes, you will.
Also, will I receive a business plan on what every property I invest with you?
A business plan?
Business
No.
plan on
No, I'm not giving you all that. Don't climb up my ass. Okay. So if you need a report on every deal, like, you can come down here. My team will get you what we're doing. We'll get you financial statements on the properties we're buying. That person probably has $5,000 to invest too. So that's the problem with me offering this to people with $5,000. They're like, I want to be involved in the color of the paint. And I'm not doing that. Okay. Just so you guys understand, this is what that person should be asking. And I appreciate that you want reporting. I appreciate that. And I'm happy to get you the reporting. I'm not going to get it to you. My team will get it to you. We distribute it to everybody every month. Okay? This is what you should be asking. Grant, that $473 million portfolio, who bought it? Who bought that portfolio? I bought it. You didn't buy it. I bought it. I bought it. I did all the due diligence on it with my money. I bought it with my money, and then I said, hey, guys, you want to come in? Once we stabilize the property, then we say, do you want to come in? Okay, go ahead. You got another question?
This is from Bart. He said, I have about $35K of cash.
You got it on mic?
No.
Okay, I got what? How much?
35.
$35,000. Good.
So you advise to start with multiple units at one time?
Yeah, so let's say Bart wants to go, he's got $35,000. So what Bart's going to buy right now is one unit. The only thing you can buy right now is one unit, Bart. $35,000. $35,000. If you use debt, will buy you about $105,000 worth of real estate. It's going to buy you one unit. So what you're going to do, Bart, in your case, is you're going to use the $35,000 to get a contract, secure a contract on a $100,000 unit, fix it up, probably use $5,000 to secure the property, $30,000 to fix the property, and then you're going to go sell it for $150,000. You'll have $130,000 in it, pick up $25,000, you turn $5,000 into $25,000, or $30,000 in this case into $55,000. You're just going to be flipping deals and rolling cash. Okay, now, you don't have enough money. This is a great example of why we just finished filling a $50 million fund for non-accredited investors. Because he could put $35,000 into my Reg A, called a Reg A fund, Reg A Plus, and he would earn $35,000. We pay about 5 to 6% on that money, and then I would expect that he would double his 35 the next time he gets it back at 70,000 while he got a check every month. I don't know, what's 5 or 6% of 35,000? Probably $2,100 a month or something like that. But again, it's only $180 a month, but it's $180. He didn't have to go find the deal, buy the deal, fund the deal, manage the deal, take care of the deal, flip the deal. He's just getting $181 extra a month to go to Whole Foods on. Okay? Another couple questions.
So
Paul is asking.
So do you just go into buildings that you like and asset management who the owner is, or do you have software that provides?
Both. The question is, how do you find your deals? Okay, we have software. We pay up to $60,000 a year for the software that tells us who owns that property. Number two, I get every day, I don't even know how many, 30 or 40 emails every day of deals. because we closed $500 million worth of deals and have $1 billion, $1.3 billion worth of real estate, people know that I buy real estate. So every time we close a deal, we get multiple public releases on that sale of that property or that purchase of that property or the debt we did with the lender, the Fannie Mae, the Freddie Mac, the life insurance company. All that becomes publicity, and people are like, why are you bragging about the deals you do? So I can get new deals. Okay, the only reason we're putting in the papers and newspapers and digital releases is so that some real estate agent in Austin, Texas says, hey man, I noticed you did that deal. And then somebody calls me and says, hey, I got a deal. Okay, we bought a deal recently in Panama City, a $70 million deal in Panama City. The guy's got 27 other properties under development. He says, hey, I want to give you first shot at buying all of them. Okay, he's like, I like doing business with you. You weren't a pain in the ass. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. So you got to know the brokers. You got to know who to call. We were in Houston, Texas. I was coming back from Los Angeles the other day, LA to Miami. Guy called me up. He says, hey, that deal's ready to happen. I said, I'm stopping in Houston. Same day. Rerouted the trip, stopped in Houston, looked at 3 properties, not 1 property when we got there. So 2 of them, we immediately said, okay, 88 West, Everwood, and Willowick. Those are the 3 properties. You can look them up there in Houston, Texas. And 1 of them we're going to make a run on. But you got to know people. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. So there's 2 ways. I know who owns that property. I can contact them, or they could contact me and say, hey, which would be better? And of those 2 ways, there's 2 variations to that. The owner's calling me or the broker's calling me. Either way works. Okay, one more question.
So, Grant, what is the action plan in case of crisis?
Crisis. 2 crises you need to be concerned with. Number 1, Grant Cardone dying. Could happen. It will happen. I'll just come back. I'll probably come back as a tenant. Shit, I'm going to live there. I know that's a good place, okay? So 1 is if something happened to me. Look, I got a big team here. I got 350 people on the ground managing these properties. We have as many as 20 people at one property that are managing it, taking care of tenants, leases. Like, there's a big team here. We got another, I don't know, 50, maybe 40 people. What do we got over there, Brian?
Quite a few.
It's growing every day. So I got a good, strong team, an accounting team that's basically making sure the investors all get paid every month. Number 1, something happened to me. Number 2, let's say there was economic collapse. Let's say they bounced Trump out, impeached Trump, a Democrat comes in, one of these people decides that we're going to spend $5 trillion that we don't have, and the economy goes into a freaking spiral. My rent is $1,800 a month right now. So what happens? The average rent in our properties is somewhere between $1,200 and $1,800. That's the high end. I might have a handful of units at $2,200. Okay, you know what happens now? I don't get that $25 bump I wanted. Remember the bump? I said, hey, can I raise the rents? I mean, it's a small bump. That's $25 a month. Nothing. But I don't get it. I don't get it, which means I don't get that $12 million bonus that I was planning on. Big deal. Okay. In fact, the rents could pull back. $1,200 might become what? $1,175. But how low can they go? The person that's paying this rent makes $34,000 a year. Like, I'm recession-proof right here. In fact, what will happen is people will quit buying cars. They will quit using credit cards. They will quit buying houses. They will quit looking for houses. Huh? Oh, they're going to be renters. The lady that's paying $4,400 a month is moving into my joint. Okay, the people that are poor below the 1,100, dude, they were poor and the economy was good. You know, poor people don't feel the economy being bad. They're like, okay, shit, it was bad before. When it was good, it's bad now. It's bad is bad. It don't get worse. Okay, it's true. Rich people don't even know anything's happening. They're like, shit, everything's on sale now. The rich people are like, oh, fuck, I love a good recession. Now everything's cheap. Okay, the ball players are selling their stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so real estate is where you want to be in a recession. You want to be in a particular kind of real estate, though. You don't want to be in offices. Offices get killed. Office buildings, real estate investing in offices get slayed in recessions. Number one. Number two, retail locations will get freaking hammered into graves. That'll be the final freaking blow to the retail. Where I live at $1,200 a month or $1,300 a month or $1,400 a month, you take those rents to San Francisco or New York or Singapore, those rents are going to be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. Real estate investing is the safest way to take cash and leverage it into concrete, bricks, and real assets, and you should be invested now. CardoneCapital.com is the website. We have 14 spots left at $1 million each. Our average investor puts $440,000 in, so that means we have maybe 28 spots if people only do $500,000 each. We'll close in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it 30 years. We're very, very focused. I'd love to have you invested. If you're not going to invest with me, at least get invested. And that means you need to go do the research, do the homework, shop the properties, and get in the game. Get in the game. Your family will never regret it. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you like this, if you got a question, make sure you post the question below. If you like the show, this is a free show for you. We do it every Monday. Please subscribe to the channel. And come on, give me a like, diggity dog.